I'm here to talk about my addictions, how I overcame my addictions and manifested the life of my dreams. I was riddled with addictions from an early age. I had a terrible childhood, which is common now, isn't it? Most of us do have things wrong with our childhoods. My mother left me when I was 7 years old, and I was raised by an abusive man until I ran away when I was 17. So I had never ever connected with any human being ever in my entire life until I had my daughter, actually. And the worst, I was addicted to smoking weed, drinking, bad relationships, food, eating, spending money I didn't have, you name it, I was addicted to it. And the first one I gave up was the smoking weed, because I was abducting my daughter and I felt like I needed a bit of focus, and I was doing a meditation course and I didn't want to lose the feeling of the focus that the meditation had given me, so I decided to not smoke. And after that I didn't want to. I felt the value of the meditation was much more than the value of the smoking. And in 2017 I felt drawn to teach courses in quantum physics, you know, what Dr. Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton were teaching. And so I did that, and I was so elated and excited about it, and I thought, wow, this is great. But then I thought, well, everyone needs to know about this. But then apparently everyone did know about that, but it's just that no one had the focus to walk the walk. So I decided I should walk the walk. I needed to curb a lot of my addictions, and drinking being the main one. I feel like the drinking led to the bad relationships, led to the bad eating. So in 2018 I went to India to do a meditation course. I also did the sound bowls, and when I came back to the UK, I thought, well, that's it, I'll get a job teaching meditation, doing sound bowl healing, blah blah blah. Got back and no one was interested. There were so many meditation teachers around, and none of them were being paid, so that wasn't a good thing. And then the pandemic hit, and I had decided at this point, right, I'm really going to make a concerted effort with my drinking. This is exactly the same time as the pandemic, and that was the time we was told to stay at home, and me being a massage therapist, fitness / dance teacher, I wasn't allowed to work. But fortunately one of my clients, wealthy clients, could employ me and let me stay at his house. So that was good. Then I really focused on my drinking then. I think the book that really helped me with that was Gabor Mate, When the Body Says No. I studied that inside out, backwards and forwards, and I understood what was happening. You know, they also the chemical imbalances, and that it's a disease. Although Gabor Mate says it's not a disease, and I agree with him, because I haven't drunk for years, except for the odd cocktail, but just to prove that I'm not an addict at all anymore, and that it's not a disease. Anyway, I'll leave that for him. And then the bad relationships, gave them up, and my eating is pretty good now. I'm a vegetarian. I became a vegetarian when I went to India, and I stuck with it. So I had overcome all those addictions, and I was now walking the walk. And so then with the meditation, I kept going, kept pursuing, but things for me in my life started getting worse and worse and worse. And even though my behavior was in actual fact getting better and better, I wasn't drinking, not in bad relationships, not eating badly, and yet things were getting worse and worse for me. Just before I came out here, I sold my flat, and that was such an ordeal. Oh, the stress was just out of this world, phenomenal. I had been given a completion date, which was the 20th of January, and so I got rid of all my stuff. I had 2 suitcases, and then I got the call saying that we weren't completing. So I was now in an empty flat. I had quit my job, and I was told that we weren't going to complete. I had maxed out my credit card. I had 90 quid in the bank. This is the 20th. There was 10 more days, and I'd have to pay my mortgage again on the 1st. I didn't have a clue what I was going to do. And then just the next week, by, I would say, a miracle, that my flat was gone. And I never gave up. I kept meditating, kept manifesting, kept focusing on the good, always the pleasure and the joy and the love in life. And I manifested this life which I'm living now. I'm in Tenerife, and one of the meditations I did for about a year was Shiva Rasa, and I think it was Return to Sound. And the meditation was should transport you to your quantum self. And I would be sitting on a roof in Tenerife overlooking the sea, and I just suddenly realized when I got here, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm doing. I have a place which has a roof which overlooks the sea. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you.